Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Pinky Hooks. I am Shania Lancaster. Thank you for tuning in tonight. As you guys can see from that topic, I have to put my 2 cents in, like everybody else about AI. I probably wouldn't have gone there, but yesterday morning when I was getting ready for work, I was looking at my phone on my YouTube studio, and basically YouTube was asking, hey, do you mind? Do you allow permission, to do you mind giving permission to third parties to use AI basically to study your channel? And it wasn't that exact verbiage, but that's what they were asking. And I was thinking to myself, I guess I should be excited that YouTube was being courteous or polite by asking me, but I'm just here to say hell no. And I will, I'm like going to make sure that my settings are adjusted, because we have to go in to our settings and make sure that, hey, no, I don't give permission for that. I don't know about everybody else on YouTube, but I'm just saying for me, no, I don't want any parts of AI coming in and studying what I do. I work too hard, when I do put out content. I work too hard, to bring you guys content, whether it's tutorial or even like this, when I'm having like little shorts or whatever the case is. Trust me, I work 40 plus hours a week, and then I still need to take whatever brain cells I have left that are not fried from my work week and say, okay, what can I put out there to entertain, to educate, my subscribers or other people who are coming to this channel? Do you really think that I'm about to sit here and say, yeah, go ahead and give permission to third party? Matter of fact, who the hell are these third parties? Yeah, I'm just going to give anybody who wants to send in a, like a little robot to say, okay, let me take notes. Okay, yeah. What are you studying? See, y'all want to put it nice and polite and try to say like it's something that I'm supposed to be excited about. Hell no. No. I'm sick of this AI crap, just like a lot of people. And speaking just from me and my generation, I have not really talked to anybody younger than me or from the generation that came after me to really see how they truly feel about it. But I feel like I don't really need to, because the only people I hear really not down with this whole AI crap is my generation and then the generation before me. I don't understand why in the world would you want to have a robot basically take credit for something that you do. I'm not coming from a place of pride. I'm not coming from a place of hoidiness or conceitedness. I am coming from a place of, hey, I am a human being, and God gave me and you a brain so that we are able to function, so we can think. We are made in his image. And the thing is, he is a creator, and so am I. I do take pride in it, not like, like the bad pride, but I take pride in it the same way I take pride in my appearance or my hair or whatever the case is. The concept, just the thought of a robot sitting there studying my channel. Why? So it can go back and then someone creates, which there are a ton of channels on YouTube that are, it's not owned by a human being. It is owned by AI. And it has millions of subscribers. And here I'm struggling, with my little 1,400 subscribers that it took me years to get to. And it took me years to get the 1,400 that I have based off of my ability to educate or entertain or create, to get the subscribers. And here is a robot that's going to come in and it goes through everybody's channels if they give permission, or, and just replicate, duplicate everybody, clone everybody. And here's the kicker. Got the nerve to do it and don't even get it right. Because I've seen other other YouTube creators who have put out videos calling, saying like the dangers of AI, crochet. I'm just going to stick with the crochet world for right now. And I watched one all the way through, and I never thought about it until the lady said she decided to go ahead and crochet a pattern that AI put out, right? She wanted to see if it could actually do what we do as creators, right? She got her yarn or whatever, and she said, for I guess the first couple of rows, everything was on point. But then there were certain things that AI, it's a robot, it doesn't understand, like certain things to do with the crochet pattern. And basically, it did not come out like the AI picture. And she had a good point, because she was just like, now, the reason why it's dangerous is because what if you have a first timer who has never crocheted before? And they see those AI creations and they're like, yep, I'm going to get that. And it doesn't come out like that. I know you guys seen these kinds of videos, and of course, that person doesn't understand, like, it's not them. It's not them. They don't know any better. I got so riled up because I don't understand how a lot of people are walking around and they don't see anything wrong. They're just like, okay, if you don't want to use AI, so what? Then don't use it. But what I'm saying is that there's too many people out there who are comfortable with it, and you don't understand basically the powers that be, whoever they are, they're trying to tell you, world, is that, hey, we don't want you to use this. We'll do it for you. I mean, everybody's talking about, in every country, no matter what country, everybody wants to talk about freedom, the freedom to speak, the freedom to think, the freedom to practice beliefs and religions and everything like that. You want all of this freedom, but you hand it over on a silver platter every time you entertain AI. You hand it over to the powers that be every single time. Don't get me wrong. I do think technology is great, but when you allow it to just run on its own and you're dependent on it, first of all, you are creating a false god. You are, because you are allowing it to dictate your life. You're actually serving it by allowing it to just get inside your head, to pick your brain. Y'all know what I'm saying? And like I said, I do not want to have to think about a robot coming in and studying my channel when I have to deal with a human being at work who will say, Shania, I need you to write up a manual. And I'm sitting up here putting this great slideshow together and putting all these effects and everything. And then they take it and then they go and present it as theirs. That's a human stealing from me. Do you really think that I want a robot coming in? What about that blanket I just put out? You think that AI is going to come in, they're going to be like listening to my words, reading the transcript, and then they're going to go ahead and put their little version together. And I promise you, somebody's going to get something wrong. Somebody's going to buy a whole bunch of yarn and then try to crochet and it's not going to come out right. I'm not saying that every AI project, that is replicated from a human being is going to end up, with errors. What I'm saying is you have to understand, if you allow AI to run your life, there is room for error. I want y'all to think about this. AI can't function on its own. It can't. only replicate. It can never be the creator. Think about what I'm saying to you. The robot didn't build itself. It was a human that had to write the program and then build it, right? So the AI generator, robot, whatever you want to call it, it can never be like a creator. It is just a copycat. Why would you or anybody give that much power to a copycat? I don't get it. And if you're wondering how we got here, let me explain to you how we got here. Okay. I'm going to go back to when cars first started getting all of these bells and whistles. Do you remember when the most automated thing on a car was cruise control? You still had to kind of steer the car. You just, you just took your foot off, the gas because you set the speed. Okay. Well, humans loved it. Basically it was supposed to be used so that you would stay within the speed limit. But then slowly but surely things started getting added onto the car. So then, all of a sudden the car could park itself, like parallel park. Like, I'm like, what did y'all go to driving school for? Like, if you want the car to do it for you. And then it was like, oh no, I don't have to turn around and see if anything's behind me, because guess what? There's a camera. I don't have to look to my right or my left to see who's coming in my blind side, because the car is going to beep. Basically, people birthed AI. If you are sick of AI, more than likely, like somewhere along in, maybe not you personally, but somewhere along the way, people didn't realize that they gave birth themselves to AI. And here it is. And it every day, it is just bombarding us. It is slowly but surely taken over. And all I can think about is, what do they need us for then? When I saw that from YouTube, I was just like, okay, well, why would you need us? And that's when I said, oh, that's right. Because it can't create on its own. It feeds. It's like a parasite. If all of us as humans stop creating, and I'm just talking about even just from the YouTube aspect, if we stop creating, it can't just make up something. It needs something to replicate. It does. It's just that simple. It's kind of like, and y'all know I believe in God. So I'll give you a perfect example coming from a spiritual standpoint. God is the creator. Everything that Satan does is he's basically trying to duplicate. He can't create on his own. Everything that God created, or everything that Lucifer does, it came from, okay, basically, I'm going to create. Okay, you got Christ, I have an antichrist, okay? You got, the kingdom in heaven, I got the kingdom in hell, or whatever. He can't do anything, like, he can't create on his own. So that's how I look at AI. And if y'all like, Shine, you look at AI like the devil, yes. I'm just saying. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Anyway, let me get back on track. That's all I'm saying. It is I just had to talk about it for a quick second, because I was just like, what makes somebody think that I'm going to give them permission? Like, while I'm standing there and I'm brushing my teeth, I'm getting real mad. I looked at my toothbrush and I've seen it before. I've had this one particular electronic toothbrush for quite some time now, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, why is there a Wi-Fi signal on the toothbrush? Who in their right mind is going to hook it up to the internet. And if you do hook it up to the internet, because when I get something, I throw out as long as it works, I throw out the instructions in the box and everything like that. And I'm pretty sure that it came with something like, hey, if you want to register your toothbrush, you can go online. Who the hell needs to register a toothbrush? So I'm thinking to myself, so if I had to register the toothbrush and I had to connected it because it has the Wi-Fi symbol on it to the internet, what are you tracking me when I brush my teeth? Same thing with my air fryer. I looked at my air fryer, I was like, why the hell does it have a Wi-Fi sign on it? It's the beginning stages of like these little robots in your house. You didn't want to push the vacuum, right? You wanted a Roomba, whatever them little things, I see on, the videos and little cats and dogs be sitting on it like it's a little rod or whatever. Yeah. Did you ever stop to think that it's not only picking up dust, it is part of AI. It knows where its home is. It comes out, or whatever. I don't think it's just picking up dust when it comes out. I think it's basically scanning the room, seeing what you're doing, seeing what you're talking about or whatever. I mean, that's the whole entire, that's the fascination to me, is that people don't see where this is going. You keep giving more and more power to electronics and technology, and I promise you, we as the human race will become obsolete. Now, that's my sci-fi version of it, because that's, like, I know, what the Bible says. I believe in something different as far as the end of the world. But what I'm saying, for all the sci-fi people out there is truth to what I'm saying. If maybe before Jesus come back, who knows? Maybe AI will have taken all over. Who knows? Maybe AI is the Antichrist. I don't know. I'm just saying. I know y'all probably like, oh my gosh, she is really going off. But y'all know how my mind thinks. Y'all know them wheels get to turning. And you tell me what you think. It's ridiculous. It is absolute ridiculous that people don't really see just how far this is going. Because if you look at now the commercials, every time I turn on TV, there's tons of commercials. The different commercials with the little hologram. It's a black dude with some dreads in there. He's like a little hologram. He seems like he's your friend. And that's what they want you to think. Like, oh, AI is your friend. No, baby. A human is my friend, can be my friend. God, a spirit can be my friend. Not some little electronic thing. Because all I do is look at electronics like they spies. You're just spying. Why don't you just ask me a question out front instead of spying? It's doing everything for people. What was the thing that I wanted to tell y'all about? Because that commercial tripped me out. Oh, I don't know what this thing is, and I think you guys have seen it. There's some commercial out there where people are talking to their phones and tablets or whatever, but it's almost like a AI generated type of life coach or counselor. And like at the end of the commercial, this one lady goes, well, I had a dream that my fingers was noodles. And AI starts laughing. They have now taken the voices of humans. Like the AI robot sounds like a real human person. You know how like some of the AI still sounds like that electronic voice or whatever. And now they sound just like you and me. And it makes you think. To me, it's like, it's a subliminal type of takeover. It's making you think that you're talking and engaging with a human being, and you're not. You're not. All you're doing, right, is giving data. To me, that's what AI is. It is a data collector. It is collecting data from all of us. That's all it is. So it can pass it off to the powers that be. Why would anybody collect data? It's not just a study. What do you think they're going to do with those studies? People just don't study and be like, yeah, I'm just studying this, and then they don't do anything with it. When people study things, their intentions is to do something with it. So the question now becomes is what do you plan on, and I'm saying this to the powers that be, what do you plan on doing with the information that you collect? Think, people. Yeah. I know people don't want to think about it, but you have to. I know I have to. Because, like I said, and I know y'all get tired of me saying this, but I say it a million times. I am still in the working world. For those of you who are retired and you haven't worked, or maybe you just don't work, let me explain to y'all how far this has gone. So, when I am looking at other jobs to apply for, now what's on the applications is it says, hey, do you have a problem with companies, right, that use AI? Basically, the job applications is asking you, or they're telling you, hey, this company that you're applying for, we use AI programs to get our daily tasks done. Are you cool with that? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I see where this is going. And more applications are popping up like that. I'm looking at it. Like I said, I'm still very much in the working world, and there are certain things that is already being incorporated, like in our Microsoft suites and stuff like that. That I'm like, okay, wait, what is it doing? Like it's trying. It comes off like it's trying to be your friend. So when I'm typing up an email, or if I'm on an Excel sheet or PowerPoint or whatever, all of a sudden here comes a little message that says, hey, you need some help? Try this AI, feature, or it'll say to turn it off. Okay, I never turned it on. Who turned it on? I swear, I kept trying to write an email, and I cannot lie. So I work in oral surgeon, that kind of thing, basically in corporate. And I'm trying to type this email, and I'm trying to use a vendor's name. The vendor's name is like Ace Southern or Ace Anesthesia or something like that. Every time I type the email and I put in the word Ace, right? I'm trying to finish out the rest of the vendor's name. My email literally starts typing out and says Ace Hardware Store. And every time I keep trying to take out the hardware store, it puts it back in. If I put in certain keywords, like, what did I put in? Something about lunch. It literally starts forming a sentence that I have to keep saying, damn, like, nah, that's not what I want to say. Now I'm going to IT and I'm like, how you turn this thing off? And then it's bad when IT says, yeah, I had that problem too. What do you mean turn it off? Like you're IT. That's another thing. If AI is incorporated into everything, right? What would you need IT for? You're going to need them because you need the person to write the program. Remember, AI is not a human. It needs at least a couple of humans to operate. But give it some time. Y'all ever seen iRobot? Give it some time, folks. Yeah, I was disgusted. I was really mad, like really like dag, and not to say just because I'd say no, you don't have permission. We all know that a lot of powers that be or corporate, what they hear is, oh, no means yes. They're going to take whatever they want to take. They've already done it, and I just think that it's very sad. Let me tell y'all something. And I had this thought, and I told my best friend, I said, I wish that all of my subscribers, the ones that really watch my channel, especially for the crocheters, I wish that we all lived close by. Because if we did, I would just take down my YouTube channel. I would just hold real live classes. Y'all remember when I was doing those classes, a couple of years, like 2 summers ago, at my apartment complex? I would prefer to do it that way. I would prefer to meet in person, have a real class than to do it online. Being online was supposed to be great to keep connected with people, but I mean, you don't even know if the people that you're talking to is real. You know, I really wish that I did live near a lot of y'all and we could just hold classes in person. Because I take this YouTube channel down so quick. Because y'all know I'm on here for different reasons. I'm not monetized. I don't really care about that anymore. And it seems like I feel like we're in one of them real sci-fi movies where it is the humans fighting a battle against robots. Like, I mean, I always say I'm halfway through my life because I'm 53. I mean, I could be close to the end, but you know what I mean. If I live to be like 90, okay, we're going to say I'm halfway through my life. And if this is what it's all about and people are fine handing over their power to, robots, then y'all have at it. I don't want a computer thinking for me. I don't need you to cook for me. I don't need for you to write a letter for me. I don't need for you to suggest how I should dress or do my hair. I don't need all of that. Okay? Like I said, technology is good, but too much of anything is bad. We all know that. Technology in the wrong hands is bad. And I just don't know. I don't get it. It's like that commercial. There's another commercial, and this is probably the last example I'm gonna give to y'all. I don't know if y'all seen it. There is a boardroom meeting, and they go to this guy and they be like, I don't know what his name is, and they be like, hey, where's your presentation? And he hasn't done it. He just rolls backwards out of the conference room and he hurry ups and types in something. I think it was a commercial for maybe something like Copilot or whatever. And the AI generator does his whole entire presentation. He rolls back in and, at the end of the commercial, they're like, good job. And he's like, like unloosening his tie. So my mind starts thinking like, if people can do a whole entire presentation, at an executive level, then does anybody need to go to college? Does anybody need to, have a specialty to get a high paying job? Do you need to know anything? If you are going to depend on AI to do your reports or to give you the answers or whatever, I started thinking to myself, well, what's stopping kids just using AI to do their homework, to figure out math problems or whatever? I mean, I kind of see it going that way. Because do you remember my generation? We had to go to the library, to do our research. So I know that these kids use the internet to do their homework or whatever, but I literally started thinking, like, I couldn't stop thinking because I see so many different avenues of where this AI crap can lead to. And I started thinking, well, how would you know? If like who's smart and who's not, or which child studying and which child really knows, what they're studying. I don't, I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I don't know if there's some type of parameters that these teachers can, tell whether, they got their answers from, like AI assistants or whatever. I don't even know how that works. And you know what, frankly, I don't want to know how it works. I mean, who knows? In about another 15, 20 years or something, next thing I know, we're going to have a hologram for a president. It's just a hologram. Y'all know I gotta be silly. I'm being silly, but I'm giving y'all something to think about. That's my spiel for the whole entire night or for the rest of the year. That might be this might be my only talk. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. That's it. I'm a little rusty on my talks, y'all. I did this talk and I had just got home from work. I didn't even eat dinner. That's how much it bothered me. Anyway, so that's my whole entire thing. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant and rave about this. Let me know what you think. Until next time, Bye bye.